Hey guys, it's Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, and the company wants me to be their, I don't know, sinfluencer or influencer or something. So they sent me some cosmic shaped jewelry, but which I actually kind of like. But then they charged me for it, seemingly by accident. And until they pay me back, I'm not going to tell you the name of the company. I'm just going to put this stuff on. So a lot of you, like thousands of you, have seen my posts on Facebook and Instagram and about something that's more authentic than we usually talk about in showbiz or my mother seems to be transitioning, and I didn't, I thought people passed like they do in 1940s movies, which if you've never seen any, they're great. 30s, 50s. What happens in those movies, actually, still in movies, is people just get better and better looking until they look up into the sunset and the camera backs away. It's not like that in real life. I've been taking care of my mother for on and off for 10 years, and for the last 3 years nonstop, because as I'm finding, like almost every family in the United States, you can look really normal and cute together, but man, usually it's after the dad passes that the family descends into a major weirdness. But long story short, I have learned firsthand that I know this is so cliche, and 5 years ago, I would have attempted to cut your head off with a paper mache machete if you said this to me. But I will tell you that every big challenge, if you just do the best you can with the best intentions, I screwed up so much, is a chance to turn it into a much better version of yourself, much more effective, more successful, thinks better, looks better. Just a better version of yourself, because you're confronted with everything you need to know, especially if you're taking care of somebody else. And there's no excuses. It's not, you can't be like, sorry, Mom, I know you're 92 and, have the 24 hours to live, but I really need to just run to Costa Rica for a couple of days. No, you don't get to do that. And so I've learned a lot of stuff that I used to think was corny, like duty and service, obedience. They don't sound sexy, but they are. And what's more important is that, like, I wish I had a glass of white wine right now. That might be the most important thing, but yeah. What's more important is all of the stuff that sounds really boring. Actually, not only is really fun, but it teaches you the single most important lesson I've ever learned. And here it is. Ready? You have to make your dreams specific. You have to do the research, and you have to take the action and do the work. I don't care if you're not ready. Goethe said, a famous German writer, whatever you do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius and power and magic within it. And because I've had a couple of near-death experiences, which is probably why I talk fairly easily to like angels and archangels now. It's more of like, oh, I don't believe in them. And it's less of that and more like, wait, you can't hear them too? But Bob, this is Archangel Michael. I mean, he is right there, 20 feet. Okay, whatever. And one nice thing about our culture right now is I can say that without fear of being burned at the stake, at least this year. Hung, which is what they did to the witches at Salem. And I know that really well because my great-great-great-grandfather was the presiding judge at that karma. Anyway, so one of life's biggest lessons ever is that when you want something for nothing, nothing is what you'll wind up with. That's the reason all the hard, boring stuff that you have to do, like thinking about what you actually want, except I said, rather than like lying in bed and playing Angry Birds Journey, not that I do that, and thinking, oh, I'll be a famous screenwriter. No, you have to put the friggin' iPad down, go take a write, watch a lot of movies, study how to write screenplays, study the mechanics of plot, do the work. Everybody I've ever known who has been really successful, even if they tell you otherwise, and I have a lot of famous friends and clients, usually people who I met 10 years before they were famous, but so I'm not name dropping because I'm not saying who they are. But here's the thing. You have to pay the price of admission to get into something good because it's like $300 to go to the Metropolitan Opera. It is so beautiful. It's so worth it. And it's a steep price and you have to pay, you have to save for it or pay for it or whatever. But Fool's Paradise, they don't charge you anything to get into Fool's Paradise. Usually you don't pay for that first line of like Coke or that first like, oh, I don't put needles in my arms. What? Well, it didn't hurt. Oh, maybe just this once. Usually free and makes you feel really good. Or the first time that you choose to compromise your integrity. Really easy. What they don't tell you is that, I'm just going to finish this, is that in Fool's Paradise, admission's free, but the price is in the leaving. There will be grieving and pain. So never give the devil a ride because you'll always wind up driving. Do the work. Get specific about your dreams. It's a new moon night, so it's a great time to put your dreams into simplified, quantifiable order and action steps. Just pick one. And I love you guys. Prayer works too. Doesn't matter what kind. So, well, since these, who are you guys? What? Oh, Stephanie, I love that name. Oh, and Stephanie, you spell it right with a PH.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're here. Can you forgive my lack of name? Because I'm so interested in you that I wanted to get here.
Can you say that one more time? I'm deaf in one ear. Sorry.
Oh, I am too. Is it your right ear?
My left ear.
I will say that. I said, I love the name Stephanie, and I love that you spell it the right way. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's great. So, first, I'd like you to tell me your birthday, because that's how I connect with
September 13th.
September? Oh,
yep, 13th. Yep.
Oh, we're 6 months apart.
So you're March 13th?
Well, March 18th, but I'm giving it a couple days leeway but usually my best readings are for people who are complementary and opposite. So how can I specifically help you?
So I don't know. I just wanted you to feel my vibe and kind of just whatever comes to mind for you.
Cool. Even if what comes to my mind is, Stephanie, it'd be really good for you if you buy me a Rolls Royce. Okay, just kidding. I don't drive.
Okay.
Do you mind if I ask what year you were born?
1990.
Oh my, I've got socks older than you, woman. 1998. 1978. Oh, your year of the horse, right?
Yep.
Virgo horse. That is a great combination because horses lead, horses move quickly. Once they've decided where they're going, horses move quicker than anybody. Horses are loyal, but they know who not to trust. Horses are beautiful. And they're really honest and emotionally generous people. My mom, I'm doing the show in her room because she's possibly transitioning, is a horse. And she's an earth sign horse, which is what you are. Love it. Can't do better than that. Okay, right now it looks like the universe is saying, you've learned the same lesson over and over again, but you haven't quite taken it in the past because, I'll tell you why, because, and I'll tell you what the lesson is, but you're a kind person who wants to see the best in everyone. You just, that's who you are. Don't even bother fighting with me about this. And if a certain kind of person or situation has hurt us in the past or is hurting us right now, it can be hard to learn the lesson and let them go because that involves being a little ruthless and being a little selfish, which is not always a bad thing. I'm going to take my hair down. Yeah, so I can use my pencil. Now, one thing about you is that your family has kind of tied you down a bit for a long time. First your family of origin, and then your family of creation. It's so important this year because tiger years, we're year of the tiger right now, are so good for horses. So good. You get so many opportunities and so many good things. Boats. No, but a couple of things. I'm about to put a symbol of a Chinese wind horse or sky horse on my Facebook page coming after the show. You can print it out. It's one of the best, good luck things. I don't know. I put one on my wall and, I also pray and meditate, but I put one of those on my wall and just things started getting better immediately. It feels like you're in a growth crisis. Let me get a little more specific.
What crisis?
A growth crisis where you're growing beyond the self that you recognize. But usually we identify with our limitations and then we justify our own limitations to keep us small so other people will still like us. Because if you start to get successful or bigger than your boots or shine as much as you're supposed to, people around us don't like that a lot until we get famous. And then they show up all the time asking for money, just so you know. But don't be scared to be the person that you can feel yourself growing into. I'm going to teach you something to do really quick, and then I'll pull a couple more cards. So you learn the lessons, look back over your life, sit down. There's a book you can get Barnes & Noble called List Your Life, or, look back over your life and see what's made you happiest and what's made you unhappy. And then circle the happy stuff, go for that. Other thing I recommend to clients and to my friends and godchildren is get a little book and write down whenever something just makes you even the tiniest bit woo, happy, or big things. But you have an enormous emotional insight but you're also very shy. You've got a lot of fear because we all care about what people think. Anybody who says otherwise is either a sociopath or a very good fibber. But
Right.
this is your year to be selfish. See, this guy's gotten hit by a lot of other people's sticks, and now he's got his own stick. And nothing's going to stop him. Also, Queen of Pentacles, that's your card if you're a Virgo. And that
Yep.
means you're about to step into your most self-expressed, most aligned with your true self, work, love, and way of being. I think you've been worrying about weight, which I can't see, but I think you're beautiful anyway. But if you are worried about
thank
weight,
you.
what?
I said thank you. Yes, I do.
First of all, you're really beautiful, and I'm not just saying that because I can see you with my remote viewing stuff, and I'm also not allowed to fib, which really sucks because if I fib, they take the gift away from me for a week. So I'm telling the truth. Stop worrying about your weight because A, put your attention in something else. B, it's all going to fall off by like August because the more you do what you love to do, whatever that is, it could be 10 different things, the more you align your face towards the sun of your own joy and destiny and higher power.